Well, Paul, good home win against Eastleigh, halfway through the season, top of the table. Must be a very happy dressing room at the moment.
Yeah, and I think the players deserve an enormous amount of credit. You know, we've had two tough games here with Halifax and Eastleigh, two very sort of big physical teams, and we've coped with that and come out with 6 points. And you know, I thought last week's performance at Guiseley, with in essence 13 players, of which 3 passed fitness tests. You know, you've got to look at that squad and say, you know, well done.
And good start, lively first half performance, and got the early goal as well.
I thought we were excellent first half. You know, I spoke to their keeper at the end, Graham Stack, and you know, he said you could have won 6 and 7, and I want to disagree with that. I thought he made 3 or 4 fabulous saves, especially both the ones from Kieran. And if we'd have gone in 2 or 3-0 at half time, I don't think anyone would have complained. They didn't have a shot in the first half, and I think they only had one straight at Jamie in the second half. So we limited the amount of chances Eastleigh got, whilst we also created a lot more. Second half was a question more of seeing the game out. But I thought when Tommy came on, it was the right time for him to come on. Great flick from Ross Lafayette, who deserves a lot of credit tonight for again standing up to 3 physical centre halves. And brilliant finish from Tommy. I said, you know, it's good for him to get back into the team, and having, you know, really had 3 weeks out with this horrible virus, chest virus that he's had. So, you know, fantastic to see him on the score sheet.
Had to make a change in the first half. Kenny Davis suffering hamstring again, but getting Craig Eastman back into the side, which must be a real bonus.
Yeah, huge bonus. We knew during the week that Eastleigh had trained Tuesday and Thursday and had trained well. Right to put him on the bench. And, you know, Kenny felt it would be okay, but it's very similar to what he came off with last week. He felt a tug again in the hamstring. You know, it probably needs a 2 or 3 week break now for him. But like you said, we've got Eastman back, which is huge for us. You know, Aswood Thomas is actually training next week. It's not a fracture of the leg. It's an original fracture from years ago that was seen, and he feels better. So it's really good to get Eastman and Aswood Thomas, and Dean Beckwith will be back again next week as well. So numbers, you know, are starting to look good again, which I think that's what you need. You need a fit squad going into Christmas.
As you say, second half 1-0 for a long time. Was there a worry that Eastleigh could get back into it?
I think there always is at 1-0, but it didn't look as though Eastleigh were going to open us up at any particular point. You always worry, I think, more on set pieces with them and balls coming into the box, but I felt we handled that well today. I don't think they had that many corners actually in the end to defend against. But yeah, when you've had the amount of chances, I thought Kieran's chance at the start of the second half, brilliant ball from Spence, and if Kieran puts that in, then I think everyone could feel a bit more comfortable. But as a manager, you never feel comfortable at 1-0. 2 successive clean sheets as well, which is really important. And you know, we're looking okay at the moment.
You mentioned Dan Spence back in the side after a long layoff last week, and had a fine game and ended up a right winger today.
Yeah, he wouldn't have been far off being one of my probably the man of the match. I thought Lafayette, Walton, and Spence were the 3 standouts for me today. I understand that Tom got it, but probably for his goal. No, Dan's had a groin strain for sort of 3 or 4 or 5 weeks, and we've managed to get that sorted out now. He feels fit and ready to go. Performances of Louis John meant he had to wait. He's now got back in, and now it's for someone else to try and take his shirt. But I think overall, you know, we had good width today. I thought there's a lot of good crosses coming into the box. I mean, our first half stats were 7 corners and 12 shots on or off target, which 9 were on target. So, you know, for a first half performance, you won't get much better than that.
And now, so halfway through the season, top of the league, how do you reflect on the first 23 games?
Well, as I said, I think that, you know, we've always sort of maintained the position that 54 points was needed first. I think that we all accept that we're going to get to 54 points. You look at your next target, the next target is can you finish in the top 7? And this league is an incredible league. It's so exciting this year. You know, whilst we're top on goal difference, we could also be 8th if we lose 1 or 2 games. So we put ourselves in a great position to be in the mix, which is important. Players are coming back as well. But we've got some tough games coming up. Orient away, Bournemouth both times over Christmas, and they're a decent side, Bournemouth. I really think they could be the dark horses. So, again, it's still cliched, but it's game by game. But we have given ourselves a shot of really pushing hard to be in the mix come April, probably.
And Leighton Orient away next week.
Yeah, I mean, it's an incredible thing for this football club to go to Orient as probably favourites, and that will be justified based upon our current league positions. You know, and we're going to enjoy it. I think it'll be a good 4,000 or 5,000 crowd there. It's Justin Edinburgh's, you know, return to management with Orient, and I think that, you know, we'll take a lot of support there. I'd imagine we would be far short of 500 supporters going to Orient. And again, I'll make the point that, you know, if we get 500 there, that's what we used to get 10 years ago for our home games.
Big queue tonight for tickets.
Yeah, well, we, you know, the supporters have certainly believed and bought into what we're doing. you know, I was here Tuesday night and saw a very young team perform. I was here today and saw it as a ladies' day, and all of our ladies' team here, and you know, the ball boys were all about under 8s, and you know, this club's onto something special, and I'm not just about the first team. It's on something special with the support we're getting, you know, and the fact that people understand what this club's being built around, and you know, it's being built around a community football club, which the 3G pitch I think has had a huge bearing on that. You know, I mean, I tweeted recently. I'm on Twitter, and you know, we tweeted that we'll make the move into League Two if it ever happened, whether that's this year or not. But we also hear that there's every chance that, you know, it's going to be on the agenda in June, and I think League Two clubs and League One clubs are coming around to the idea that, forgetting the quality of the pitch, which is excellent, it actually provides a facility for the local people to come, and I'm talking about during the week. So it all sounds very positive. This is still, I'll say this, an excellent league for this football club at this moment of time. You know, we don't want a rich chairman coming in dictating, you know, what goes on here. I think that we want to do it by organically growing, and you know, the next stage is to try and get 2,000 season ticket holders and try and get a 3,000 crowd, because you know, this town can comfortably cope with getting that amount of people to watch this team. And you know, if they can't come and watch now, then they're never going to come and watch us. And you know, that would be my hope, that the attendances actually start to improve, because at £4 or £5 to get in to watch a conference game, it's good value for money. You know, it's good value for money when we're disappointed against Torquay. So you know, it's very good value for money when we're playing well against the likes of Eastleigh.
Brilliant. Thanks a lot, Paul.
Thanks,
well
Tony.
done. Cheers.
Cheers.